letting the alcohol get to me too much, letting the party atmosphere get to me too much, that I was losing sight at the end of the day of who I was. You're not going to get the American style of customer service. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're almost never going to get a sorry from a Thai-owned business. I'm so sorry. I apologize. That's my fault. Let's make this right. You're going to get, why you yak yak? What's the problem here? The attitude in Thailand of it's no big deal, just carry on.
Sabai, sabai.
Sabai, sabai. No worries. That's a struggle for many people from many countries, including many Americans, but some people from the UK too. You know what? I go to a restaurant. I order a vodka tonic, and they bring me a beer. I'm just gonna drink the beer. But you know that's the my Penlai attitude. I know other people say, no, I'm going to demand my proper drink. I'm going to get okay if you can do it politely, but that's an idea of my Penlai. I can't tell you how often I've seen people. Where's my orange juice? There's only 25 beans on this plate. You know, people losing their mind about very minor things. And lots of those people don't last long here. They don't. It's Thais in the Thai environment. You're not insulting. Again, going back to defamation that we talked about earlier, it's just kind of dealing with it and going on with it. If you have a very aggressive, very abrasive personality, it can be a tough place. And I have some friends who have very, very demanding, aggressive, abrasive personalities. They're great people. They just demand a lot. And there are places in Thailand for them, and like places that are structured to that. But like Western-owned restaurants or larger corporations. But if you go to a roadside street cart and you lose your mind, or as we call it in America, you go into Karen mode, you're not going to get the American style of customer service. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're almost never going to get a sorry from a Thai-owned business. I'm so sorry. I apologize. That's my fault. Let's make this right. You're going to get, why you yak yak? What's the problem here? You fuck off. And that shocks people. They'll literally throw you out of their business.
I've got to say, I have never seen that before in Thailand.
I sure have.
Well, your video a lot longer than me.
I sure have.
Can you give me your top 5 most valuable things that Thailand offers, and that you rate, and that is valuable to you?
Top 5.
Top 5.
I'm going to keep this Pattaya specific because, quite frankly, although I have traveled. I did a 3-week road trip in 2023 to Isan, and I did eventually make it to Bangkok. I've mostly been in Pattaya. I've never been to Phuket. I've never been to Chiang Mai.
And the rest of Asia?
I've been to a couple places. I've been to Laos. I've been to South Korea. I've been to Japan. But I've never been to Cambodia or the Philippines or Vietnam.
Yeah.
So top 5 things that I like about Pattaya and southern Thailand. The temperature goes back to me talking about Sarasota. I hate cold weather. If I never see snow again, it would be too soon. So I really like the warm temperature. I wear jeans almost every day. That shocks people, partly because I'm so pale. So if I don't wear jeans, I'm going to burn easily. But I'm used to it. You know, I'm used to wearing jeans. So weather, temperature.
Yes.
In Pattaya specifically, I walk everywhere, ease of getting around.
Yes.
Easy public transportation. I do take motorbike taxis sometimes, but so-called bot buses or song taus are everywhere.
Very condensed.
Only 10 bot. Yep.
City.
Very condensed, but I walk from Jomtien to like central Pattaya a couple times a week, and it's only about a 40-minute walk. It's easy to do. Yeah, the sidewalks aren't the best, but as long as you're not shit drunk and like stumbling over holes, you're okay. So that's part of it. The My Penlai attitude. I like that attitude.
Yes,
I like the versus having Karens, versus having too many rules and licenses. Thailand, by the way, has more laws than almost anywhere. People are surprised. Like everything's illegal. Everything. Much more than like Australia, UK, etc. But none of it's enforced. Some people might not like me saying that.
Shall we keep that in, or shall we cut that out, AJ?
No, it's all right. Some of it's enforced. Well, no, it's okay. When I say none of it's enforced, that's not true. Yeah, we might cut that one. But some of it is enforced, and some of it is a my and lie attitude where it's not as enforced. And quite frankly, if you're not causing trouble and you're not causing drama, it's not that big a deal. If you are causing trouble and causing drama, absolutely it's going to be enforced. Thais are actually very, very good at enforcing things like criminals in their country, deportation. So many people. Oh, that's another reason you shouldn't come to Thailand. You're a criminal or a fugitive in your own country. It's a horrible place to come. We write about it every day. Thailand has great extradition agreements. They are great, believe it or not, when they want to. The police are money at tracking down criminals here. But police are going to like I said that if they're watching that. But it's true. Police and immigration are really damn good at their jobs. So yeah, if you're Mai Pen Lai and you're not causing any serious problems, and it's minor things like drinking in public, which is technically illegal, or driving your motorbike without a shirt, which is technically illegal, yeah, okay, that's not a big deal. But if you're doing drugs and you're causing problems and you're hurting Thai people and Thai culture, absolutely, you're going to get the fuck out of here, and I agree with that. So that's 3, the Mai Pen Lai culture. 4, the fact that it is a 7-day-a-week party. I still like that. I like that I can go out. I like that I can be home on a Monday night where, except for maybe Miami and Vegas in the States, everything's closed, nothing's going on. And if I want to go to a nightclub, it's going to be packed. Other than a couple religious holidays here and then, Pattaya, Bangkok, Phuket, 7 days a week, even Sunday and Monday, it's a party.
So it's like New Year.
It's every day. It's a party. I like that aspect. That I can go out every day. 5 is I like the melting pot here. Going back to talking about people from around the world. This is one of the best cities in the world for people watching. I will sometimes, like I joked about sitting on the beach with a beer. I'll do that and just watch people. It's amazing what you can see. It's part of why I walk too. Slow yourself down. The pace of living here should be slow. And too many people are still high. Your self-pace, your self-motivation, that should still be fast. But too many people miss, they forget to slow down, smell the roses, drink the coffee, and look around. You're zooming around on motorbikes. You're jumping from point A to point B. There's so much to see and so much to do here. People are shocked when I tell them about all the different activities and places, or we use the controversial family-friendly Pattaya. There's a shitload to do here for families. So much.
They have so much going on at the Central Mall. And stuff like that.
You've learned that in your time here. Is a lot of times the guys who only sit in bars think the only thing to do here is bars. And the entertainment and nightlife and the adult entertainment aspect. Yeah, if that's all you do. But I've also met people, families that go to places like where you've been there with me, like the Central Amazon Resort in Naklua with the giant kids activities and the water parks. And there's huge resorts like that in Bang Sarai where there's so much to do for kids and families that they never see. These people come to Thailand every year and they have no idea about the bar aspect. It's a completely different thing. So that melting pot.
Just no prejudice.
Yeah.
And total respect and no racism.
Am I out of 6? A bonus for you.
Go for it.
And the bonus is I like events. There's always something going on in Pattaya. A lot of expats hate the fact that every weekend is some sort of festival or event or thing happening. I like it. I like that there's always something happening in town versus I've been in big cities and small cities. Being in a city, I think you come from a small place where you might have one festival or event a year. Here, I know the expats, many of them groan about it. But again, this is a tourism town. 90%, and it's actually 89, but 89% of the GDP in Pattaya comes from tourism. It's a transient population here. So, of course, you always want something happening for all those people coming in and out every week. Those parties every week, that's not for you who has lived here 30 years. The guy who's bored of bars, oh God, it's another black dress party. That's not for you. That's for the guy here on holiday once a year for 7 days. That's for him. You might not like it, but it's not for you. So yeah.
Thank you, AJ. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate that. So we're coming to the end shortly. Really appreciate your time, AJ.
Cool.
What philosophies have stuck with you throughout your childhood? Well, you've learned, that you hold on to now, that maybe you would like to pass down to the world.
I don't judge other people. And like I said earlier, everybody has their different paths and things that they do on life. Like I said, I don't regret anything I've done in my life. I've never done anything seriously bad. I mean, people were teasing, oh, AJ's been out of America so long. He must have trouble. Check my background check. You're welcome to. No issues, buddy. Besides that, no regrets in the philosophy, it's be true to yourself. I know it sounds generic, but being an ambivert, being independent, at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I feel is right for me. And here's something that you'll find interesting. In my first 2 or 3 years here, despite maybe in spite of having a lot of money, I had a lot of mental health issues. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. And I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about that. And when I mean mental health issues, I've never been depressed. I've never been, and I met people here who have. I just mean the amount of alcohol, paranoia at times, thinking about what other people were, too worried about what other people were thinking, letting the alcohol get to me too much, letting the party atmosphere get to me too much, that I was losing sight at the end of the day of who I was. And luckily I got some good help from some friends. I never saw a psychiatrist or anything. I wasn't at that level, but I recognized that I was going down a tricky route. And I think when people hear the words mental health issue, they think of somebody who's like a schizophrenic or seriously depressed or suicidal. And that's not what I mean. Mental health can just be ups and downs. It can be always ups every single day, where you lose sight of who you are, because of the crazy environment that Pattaya and the nightlife in the area can be. That's why I think it's so important to have other hobbies and other things that you do here, besides that, to get yourself going. So, I think it's very important, especially for those who want to come long term, that they keep an eye on their mental health. They find some good friends who can let them know if they're struggling in one way or the other. And I don't think, as adults or as men, that we should be afraid of talking about mental health. It should not be a topic that people should be afraid of, because unfortunately, I've seen so many people succumb to those issues in my decade here. And so I think that would be my closing philosophy, and probably my closing thing from there is, if you really want to make it in Thailand, so many guys take care of their physical health here. So many guys go to the gym, so many guys work out all the time, but they forget to focus on their mental health.
Which is the most vital.
Yeah,